Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Lunch and Learn session. My name is Anna Nguyen, and I am the CAS Desktop Product Manager at BGL. So today's Lunch and Learn session is all about template customization. So that includes customizing document templates as well as email templates. So I'll be going through that with you today. Before I start, however, I just wanted to mention that everyone is currently on mute mode. However, if you do have any questions, please feel free to enter it into the Q&A section down below. I won't be monitoring the chat. Therefore, if you have any questions, just enter it into the Q&A and I'll be able to get to it either during the webinar or at the end of the webinar. Okay, so the topics that we'll be covering today is editing the document templates, how to find all the merge fields and the codes that are related to each template. Just to let you know that with the templates, there are codes that are specific for different templates. So I'll be able to show you where you can find that and locate all the information relating to all these fields. How to set default templates, as well as using document labels. I'll explain it a little bit later on. How to edit the email templates, as well as what email settings that are available in CAS 360. All right, so let's get into it. So I hope everyone can see my screen. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. All right, so the first thing that you'll see in CAS 360 is the company selection screen. So as you know, we do have a set of templates and documents that are currently in CAS 360, but you as a user can edit those templates and make it your own. And just to show you how it's done, what I'll show you is the default at the moment. So I'm just going to go into BGL Corporate Solutions Company, and I'll go into the address screen. So what I've done for this address is I've created a change for a registered office address. So previously it was at 10 Anson Road and now it's in Orchard Road. So if I toggle on the print toggle, what will appear is the prepare forms button. So if I go in here, I'll be able to see a list of all the documents that are related to the specific change. And also, if I click under options next to it, I'll be able to see a list of all the settings next to a particular document. And the one thing you'll be able to see is the template that it's currently using. So the template that it's currently using for all CAS 360 by default is the master template. At the moment, our master template is this one for the Director's Minute Resolution, which is a single column Director's Minutes or Resolution doc. If you want to make a once-off change in this screen, what you can do is just export this document to Word. So I'll do that. And if I export this to Word, it'll come up with all the information that has already been plugged in from that change. And I'll move it across to this screen here. And as you can see, this is currently our Director's Minutes and Resolution for the registered office address change. So if you want to make a small change here, like for example, highlight the chairperson and the name of the chairperson, then I can just highlight it here. Let's say I want it in, highlight it here in yellow. So once I've done that, I can just save this document. So click on File, Save As. I'll just save it into one of my locations at the moment. So here, I just do it in Webinar Templates. Once I'm done saving that, then in this screen, what I can do is toggle off the Director's Minutes or Resolution, which is the default template, and then I can just upload a template of my own. So I just click on the upload button here. And the one that I've already created, which is in the webinar templates here, I'll double click and here it will generate and it will prepare the one that I've just amended. So I can move that up or down however I want it to display, in which order. And then I can just download all. So this process is only if you want to make a small change for that particular situation. So you don't want to apply this change for all the companies that you have in CAS 360. So as you can see here, we've got our director's minutes resolution that's highlighted the chairperson and the chairperson name. And also we've got the register, the company change summary as well. Okay, so if you want to make a more permanent change for all the companies you have in CAS, what you do is go into settings, which is at the bottom left-hand side, click on document templates at the top. And in this screen is where you can find all the documents and forms that are editable. So when I say editable, it can be editable on Word. So any of you that have Microsoft Word will be able to edit any of these templates here. So on the left-hand side, you'll be able to see the document set filter. So the current jurisdiction we have is Singapore, which will be the same for all of you. If you want to change the jurisdiction, you can just click on the drop-down box and select a different jurisdiction. So the reason why we have different jurisdictions here is because there are different templates for different jurisdictions. So the director's minute resolution for Singapore will look different to the one in Australia, for example. So in this screen here, I'm just going to go into the director's minutes and resolutions because that's what I want to edit. And on this screen, you'll be able to see two master templates. One master template, and the master means the actual default template that we have in CAS 360. So we've got the director's minute resolution and the single column director's minutes or resolution. So there's two types here. So you can select a default on either one of them. But let's just say you want to make some change but to apply to all the companies that you have. So in this case, you select which master template you want to edit. And what I'll do is I'll select the single column template. All I need to click is options and then click on download. And what this will do is that it will download the template for the single column director's minutes or resolutions in Word format. So this is roughly what you'll see. Obviously, when you download a director's minutes or resolution for a company change, it won't have all this information in there. So this basically just shows us what paragraphs are available in this document, and the system will be able to pick which particular paragraphs is required for which change. So you don't need to do that yourself. However, you may want to change some sort of wording for each change. You may want to change the font. You may want to change a bit of the layout. So here I'll just show you a little bit on how you can do this in Word format. One thing that I find very useful and very helpful is to add in the grids of each table. So to do that, what I do is that I go into layout at the top. So you need to make sure that you click into one of the tables and this particular option will show, which is layout. And then once you click on layout, you'll need to click on view grid lines. And once you click on that, you'll be able to see like an outline of each table. And I find this very useful if you need to move things around. So the first thing that, for example, I want to do here is just make the company name a little bit bigger, make it more pop out a little bit. So in this case, what I'll do is I'll change the color of it. So I'll change the color to like a burnt orange. So you can easily edit using Word tool as per normal you would do for any other Word document. As you can see with these dollar signs, these are what you call merge fields. So these are the information that we collect from CAS 360 and input it into these fields here. So for example, with company name, we'll be able to find it into the database and plug the company name in this particular merge field. So each merge field you might find pretty self-explanatory. However, if you're unsure what the merge field is about and you want to, let's just say, move it around or remove it or change it, then what you can do is in CAS 360, under help, go to Singapore help. Let me just tell you, this is like a Bible here. So anything that you need, all the information you want in processing data within CAS 360 or generates a particular document can be found in CAS 360 help here. So in order to find the merge fields and the details of those merge fields, in this screen here, what you do is click on document templates under promoted articles. And in this screen, you'll be able to see a list of all the documents available and all the templates available in CAS 360 for Singapore to edit. So the reason why we listed out instead of giving you a full list of all the merge fields all in one go is that each template would have a different merge field available for it. So if you're wanting to generate a company name onto, let's just say, the annual return document, the actual merge field might not be the same for, let's just say, the director's minute resolution. So that's why you'll need to go into this screen and select the specific document that you want the merge field from. So in my case, I wanted to grab all the merge fields for the director's minutes or resolutions. So here I click on that, and all the merge fields are under the code column. So I've got, for example, company name, and then on the right-hand side, it'll give you a description of what the code is about or what the code is referring to. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll be able to see a few options. So let's just say we've got the meeting address, right? So the default meeting address in the director's minutes and resolutions is just the meeting address here. And that's just a one line. If you want to break it down into multiple lines, you can just exchange that merge field, copy this here, and then move it across into this field. So you can just replace it. And that will generate an address in that field, but in multiple lines instead of just in one direct line. So the master template, we've got a question here from Grayson. Yes, the master template will be updated from time to time, and any of the templates that we do update will be in the community channel. So you need to keep an eye out when we do any releases. All the information that we update will be released in the community. So you just need to make sure that you keep an eye out there. Okay, so I'm just going to go back into this screen here, into the Singapore help file, and I'm going to have a look at the registered office address. So similar to the meeting address at the top, so this particular one also allows you to have multiple lines as well as show it in proper case. In CAS, you're allowed to enter in an address in all caps lock, so all in capitals. But if you wanted to display in the documents as proper case, then you can use either of these merge fields where it shows that you can generate it in proper case. All right, so what I'll do is that I'll copy this across. I'll copy this one here, and I'll make a change into my director's min resolution. So I've got my registered office address paragraph here. So what I'll do is that I know that this is in relation to the new address. So I'll remove this one here and paste the new merge field. So I'll show you the difference a bit later as well. Okay, so now that I've done that, then I can just go ahead and save it. So what I'll do is I'll save this under my templates again. And also another thing I wanted to show you is that if I go into this screen and scroll down a little bit further, you can make other changes to date formats as well. I'm just going to scroll further down. All right, so under the heading date formats, you have the option to change the format into certain ways. So instead of showing it as DDMMYYYY, which is the default way of showing it, you can show the full date, which is, for example, 10th of January 2022. So how you do this is you copy the code across. So this is my code DNC. I'll go into Word, and I'll apply it to this date. So you can apply this to any single merge field date available. So I'll copy it and then paste it in front of that merge field. And then I move the last curly bracket to the last part, to the end of the merge field, so that the merge field that changes the date format encapsulates the actual merge field of the date itself. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to resave that again. Okay, so I've saved this to PC. I'll exit out and then I'll come back into this setting screen. So we've made amendments to our template already. So in order to upload this template and use it for all companies, just click on the upload button here. Select your template, and then it'll upload for you. So there are a few things you want to see here. So as you can see, there is a default button here. So this default is pointing to the master template for the single column. If you want to generate your own template for all companies by default, then all you need to do is change that default to your own template. So in order to do that, click on Options and then select Set as Default. And then you'll be able to see that the button is moved down to your template. Another thing I'd like to show is something called labels. But before I show you the labels, I'll just show you how the template looks like now. So I'll go back into the company. So I'll go to company selection screen. What I'll do is I'll click on the company, BGL Corporate Solutions. Click on the address tab, toggle on the print button and click on prepare forms. All right, so next to Director's Minute Resolution, if I click on options and scroll down to document template, you'll be able to see the template that I've created, which is the 6th version, or whichever label I've entered it into, is now my default. So what I'll do is I'll just preview it to show you the changes that I've made. So as you can see here, my company name is displaying in burnt orange. My date is showing the full date, which is 4 August 2022. And as you can see here at the bottom, the address is showing in multiple lines. Another thing, so I'm just going to compare that with the master template. So if I click on the drop-down box and select the master template, and then I'll save it, I'll just select an address here. And preview. You'll be able to see that the company name is in black, so that wasn't changed. The date is the default date format, which is DDMMYYYY, and also the registered office address is showing in a single line. So that is the default way, and we made some changes to the merge fields to display it differently. Okay, so what I'm going to show you next in this screen here is how to add labels and what the purpose of labels is. So as you can see next to each template, there is an option for you to add a label. So in this case, what I'll do is I'm going to set this one as a default again for all companies, and then I'm going to add a label for the one that I've created. The reason why you'd want to add a label is that, let's just say that you have a set of companies under the one umbrella and they use certain wordings or certain font or certain details in their templates that are not required for other templates or for other companies. Another thing is maybe it's jurisdictional specific, company type specific, so on and so forth. So let's just say that I have a set of all these different documents that are under template A. It could be company A or holding company A, could be anything. You can enter in any label yourself. So once you add in a label to that template, I'll go into the company selection screen. And what we can do is we can generate the documents that are related to that label. So let's go back into BGL Corporate Solutions and go to addresses. When I click on options, I scroll down, it will still show the default template that I've selected, which is not the label that I've entered in for this particular template here. So what I do is at the top of the document production modal is a document template drop-down box. And here I've created one called template A. So all I need to do is select template A. And with any documents that has that label selected or any templates that have that label selected, it will be shown in options. So if I go into options next to Director's Minute Resolution again, you'll be able to see that the document template has now changed to template A. So this is very, very good if, like, as I mentioned, if you have multiple companies under a one holding company, or you have a set of companies under an auditor and they would like to show specific details or specific wordings that are required for under them only. So that is why it is good to add in a label and set that under that, set the templates under that label there. Okay, so that's all about document templates and document customizations. So just to recap, all the document templates are under settings and document templates tab. Everything that you can do in here is editable by word. So if you go into a specific document, so I've got my Director's Minutes Resolutions, I'll be able to see all the templates that are available. I can set one template by default, and also I can add labels for multiple templates. Another thing is that under the help file, under Singapore help, you'll be able to see all the merge fields that are available for each document template. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you are email templates. So email templates is next to document templates under settings. And in here, you'll be able to edit any of the templates that are available. So similar to document templates, there are jurisdictional specific. So under Singapore, let's have a look at documents prepared email. In order to edit, you'll just need to click on the master template, or you can create your own template. So if I close this one, you'll be able to see there's a button called Create New. So the reason why you'd want to create a new one is that you want to interchange between the master and your own template. Otherwise, if you wanted to create your own template and apply it to all companies and not need to change it, then what you'll do is go into the master template and just edit the master itself. If you make any changes and you've made, like, let's just say you made a mistake on the master template, you can always reverse that and reset it to the default template. So there is a reset button at the bottom of the screen. So once you click on reset, it says, do you want to delete the current template and reset it to default? Select reset, and that will change it back to what it was as the default. So let's test this out here. So what I'll do is I'll create a brand new one, and now you can see we've got the documents prepared email template as version 2. So I'll click into that, and here I can edit it within this screen. So there are a few functions available. You can add in your own logo with insert image. You can change the font of the email. You can do a lot of things with this email template. Here, what I'll do is that I'll just going to change the alignment of the company name. And what I'll do is that I'll change the text color and make it blue. Another thing is I probably don't want any of the lodgement details, so I can just easily delete this if I want to. So I'll just click on remove table, and then I'll remove this as well. Oh, nope, better not remove that. And remove this. Okay, so I've made some changes to this now, and then I'll click on update. Beautiful, so now my email template is updated. If I go into the email template and just refresh, click on prepared, documents prepared, and you'll be able to see that we've got documents prepared version 2 already there. So in order to make it as a default version, at the bottom of the template, you just click on make default and then update. All right, to test this out, what we'll do, we'll go into company selection. I'll go into the same company we have here, BTL Corporate Solutions, and click on addresses. So with this particular template, you'll be able to select or view the document template in email options. At the moment, I'm going to change the electronic signing option and select none because I don't want electronic signing on for now. And to view the template, click on email options and you'll be able to see that the default is selected, which is version 2. You can also change it as a once-off and change it to master template or any other versions you want as well. All right, so I'm just going to select my email address and send that to me. So all the documents are there. So what I'll do is I'll just send it to myself for now. Make sure I select the meeting address. And then remove Andy, send all. And when you click on send all, it actually gives you a preview of the email itself. So if you need to make any once-off changes, you can do so here. So similar to the documents in document production, you can download it into Word and make small necessary changes and upload it. With this one, it'll just give you a preview of how the email would look like. You can also make some changes in here as well. So I'm happy with this at the moment. So all I need to do is click on send. And what I'll do is to send it to my address. Another thing that you can see here is that if you were to send documents to someone that's not a contact within the company that you've added in, it'll display a message like this, whether you want to add them as a signing contact. If you do, you can click on save. If you don't, you just need to click on cancel, and that will just cancel it out for you. And what this refers to is all the signing contacts that you add into general details. So if you go into general details, under company contacts, this is where you can add in a signing contact. All right, so I'm just going to check my email and see if I've got it. All right, beautiful. So you can see it's from Anna Nguyen and the documents for this particular company. And great, the document's title or the email title is showing in blue and it's center aligned, and I've got all the information here as well as all my documents attached. So there are a few email settings that are available in CAS 360. So I'll go into settings to show you that. So within settings, go to email settings. In this screen here, there are a few options for you to select or to even add. So the first one that you can see is a custom email address. So if I go back into my email, you'll be able to see that the email address that it's coming from is noreply@cas360.com.sg. So if you want to change where this is coming from, you can add in your own email address or your own company's email address. So the client will be able to reply to it, for example. So in order to do that, it's just a once-off fee of $500. So this service is generated by AWS. So we don't actually add in this fee or make any money from this fee ourselves. This is just an added fee that AWS charges to allow that custom email address to work on your end. So if you want to enable that, just enter in your email address here that you want to show when emails are being sent out to your clients, and then click submit, and then we'll start the process of registering the firm for that custom email. Or alternatively, you can just disregard this service and it will just continue to show as no reply here. Another option is that you can add in an option to reply to a certain email within the email itself. If we scroll further down, there is an option to show the full name as the sender name. If you have that option toggled off, it'll just show the firm name. So let's just say your firm name is ABC Limited. It'll show the sender in the email here as ABC Limited. And then further down, you can also allow and toggle on to show or use the username as the reply to address. And you'll be able to see it here. And you can add in CC addresses as well as BCC addresses in this screen. So everything that you add or amend in here, you'll need to go down right to the bottom and click on save. If you don't click on save, the details that you've amended here would not save when you exit out of the screen. Okay, so that pretty much comes to the end of the presentation, end of the Lunch and Learn session. I just wanted to say thank you so much for attending. If you do have any questions or any topics that you want us to go through via Lunch and Learn session, please feel free to let us know. You can add it to the feedback in this screen here. Also, you can reach out to Jennifer, Roger, or Amy, and they'll be able to pass on that feedback to us, and then we'll be able to formulate a webinar for you. Once again, thank you all for coming to today's session. I hope you all have got something out of it today. Please make sure that you check out the BGL community to find the webinar, which will be uploaded in due course. And thank you so much for coming, and hope you all have a lovely day.